It's the Sean Widmer Podcast. It's a journal by someone that just really doesn't like to write.
What up? Happy Sunday, everybody who listens to this the day it's released. I need to talk about Mario. Got to talk about Mario today. I love my guy Mario. I don't want to talk about it yet. We'll talk about Mario in a little bit. This one actually has to be a quick one. This might be a sub 10-minute podcast today because I am recording late again, and I know the boys are about to wake up. I think there's a chance my daughter sleeps through Sunday. She was exhausted last night, and I got her in the darkness of my wife in my bedroom. She slept in the big bed last night, and I darkened that thing up so it's a cave. So we got hibernation mode potentially happening for Olivia today. I'm excited to watch this world record happen for how long she's going to sleep. And then she's going to be woken up to the bummer because my daughter is going to want to just relax all day. It's rainy in Lexington. It's overcast, but I know my boys are going to want to go to the park. So I'm just like in this mode right now of how I'm going to battle and attack this morning, knowing that my daughter's going to come out, be furious to have to go to the park, but she's going to be outnumbered 2-1. And so I've got to figure out how to maneuver this because we've got to get out. We've got to get some energy out of the park today, and we'll see how it goes. And hey, I'm going to get out in front of this. You heard it here before we dive into Mario talk. We're going to go to the park today. All right? I'm a dad with 3 kids trying to maneuver this weekend and this last week on my own. And we're going to try to get to the park. I could just lean into the second half of this podcast. I could lean all the way into it. But I need to get this out there now before all you come at me with bad dad. Okay? So, but I'm going to get bad dad at the end of the podcast. Just know that. But remember this part where we counter it. Thank you, Miles. The Miles Fafcast, one of the best podcasts you can listen to out there. He does this podcast, but he does it, I would say, 10 times better. I listened to one of his podcasts the other day. I try to keep up on his every week, and I was a week behind. So I listened to 2 episodes yesterday, and I realized quickly how much better he is at doing what I'm trying to do, and he never had a job in radio. So that was a slap right to the face. But Miles sent me the nicest text the other day because he's a great human about this podcast. And they were just very kind words, very motivational words. It meant a lot to me. And, there's days where I come down to record. I want to do this every day for the streak. I think we're on, is it episode 39 today? 39 today? 39 today? Can I say it one more time so you think it's just repeating? 39 today? And there's days I'm like, oh, man, I don't have it. And I hit record. I record, and I finish, and I go, woo, I was right. I didn't have it. So thanks to Miles for just being motivational on that. Something I gotta remember. This is not a professional podcast. Is looking to, entertain the huge masses, and there's massive amounts of pressure on succeeding. Felt that a little bit with the morning show back in the day, where you would get in there, and I'm like, man, I don't have it today. I don't have the creativity, and you realize I got to. This is my job. This is what's paying the bills, and so there's a little more stress to that. This should be stress-free. I hope you enjoy it. Miles just had really some great comments, and I just appreciate him so very much. It reminds me that we all need to go out of our way to get away from something I talked about the other day, the negativity. We hate everything. Get out there and go out of your way when something goes well in your life and it is affected by somebody else who may just be doing their job. The delivery guy. Someone at the grocery store who helps you, point you to the right aisle. Someone out there on the streets. Somebody out there on the streets who doesn't murder you. Nah, that's weird. Somebody out there on the streets who points you in the right direction, says something nice to you. Can we remember to thank people for stuff and let them know they're doing a good job? Because it was just nice for Miles to send that. And then I was like, well, do I tell the guys at work they're crushing it on a regular enough basis? I try to. But am I doing it enough? Because we get so tied up in let's point out the bad things that someone did at a restaurant or at the grocery store or your spouse did something wrong. I think we forget the old, hey, I know this was something you do all the time, but you're doing it great. Congrats on being awesome. So there you go. Thank you, Miles, for igniting that and reminding me of that with your text. So I am a video game lover. In a crazy sequence of events in the last probably year and a half, I'd say since the beginning of 2025, my video game consumption has not gone down. It has disappeared. There are times where I have gone multiple months without firing up a video game. Now, that is something I cannot say about my 20s and 30s. But in the last year and a half, 2 years, there are months that go by where I haven't turned on my PlayStation, logged on to Steam on my computer. I have not played anything at all. But I still love them. I have this passion for them. So I still listen to video game podcasts when I'm driving. I still read articles about stuff. I try to stay in the know on what's going on. I talk to the guys at work about what they're playing. I live vicariously through them, but I just don't get to play a lot. If I ever get a chance to, man, I really enjoy it. And it only is for like 30 minutes to an hour, but I truly just dig that. My daughter has expressed interest in like some kind of video games. She really likes Mario Kart on my Nintendo Switch. So when she gets her opportunity to do screen time, if she says she wants to play the Switch, I'm very excited about that because the other opportunity is like to watch a show on Netflix or on Disney, and they're fine, but I do feel like they're so watered down. And ever since I read an article about CoComelon and how people who make shows now are all about like rapid fire, things changing all the time, and they're less about like the content and more about how they present it to keep your kid's brain going nuts, I really have shied away from. And I'm getting like that old parent. I've been monitoring what my children watch, which is everything I didn't want as a kid. But I guess that's parenting, right? So when she says she wants to play Mario Kart or something, I'm all in. And as she's getting a little older, I have this passion to get her into Mario style video games. Like I really want this. And I say this under the reminder, people who are just hearing, Sean just lets his kids sit in front of the TV for 8 hours a day. We've got a big, huge Hot Wheels track set up in the backyard to jam out to today. I've got to jump into a bucket of water. We're going to see which cars can make it in there, considering that our dog and my son have ruined pretty much all of our Hot Wheels cars in one way or another. So we've got a big day planned. We're going to go to the park for a little bit. Don't worry. My kids get outside. My kids touch grass. My kids do the things that all you are like. They just play. But my kids do get to watch TV, and they do get a look at the big boob tube. We don't look at the boobs on the tube, but we look at the boob tube, and we do that. So if I can steer towards video games, I'm going to, because I am selfish dad who wants to do something with my kids. I just don't want it to be coaching. I want it to be other things. I want it to be board games with my son and now video games with my daughter. So I say all that to say I got the Switch hooked up and I got it onto the Nintendo store. And I was like, or the Nintendo, it's like their emulator. So you can play Nintendo games, Super Nintendo games, 64 games, some GameCube games. It's awesome. It's a great emulator on the Switch. And I thought, okay, I need to put together, or someone needs to put together the introductory video game class for your kids. Okay? Okay? Why do I say okay all the time? That is my crutch. Where some people say I cut out of my vocabulary and I just put okay and like directly in for I got to work on it. So what I want is, I want to, 6-year-old, she's trying to figure out games. I desperately don't want her to fall in love with games on tablets. I think those games are ridiculously stupid. And they're in that same vein of CoComelon, where they're just feeding you a loop that you can never satiate, and so you are playing these dumb games that have no meat to them. And I'm not saying that Mario is like this big meaty game, but there is difference between those two games, and if you don't understand that, then that's just going to be something you're going to have to live with for the rest of your life, and you're going to die not understanding it. Die dead. You're just going to die dead, and it's going to be a sad existence. So okay, I got to get through this without verbal crutches. This is insane. I'm pretty much, has been replaced by like, so, and okay, like, and so. I don't have verbal crutches. I'm truly in a motorized verbal wheelchair at this point with those words. And you know it. You just haven't called me out on it, chickens. I need a like program where start with Super Mario 1 or start with Kirby or start with whatever it is. Let's get the idea of moving your character left to right. Let's get the idea of jump. Let's get the idea of an attack button. Let's get the idea of duck, jump over things. Let's slowly incorporate these because we busted out Super Mario World, which is one of the greatest video games of all time. And I thought, oh, this is a little advanced. To me, because I'm professional and I've played video games my whole life, that's very simple. All the concepts make sense. But when you're sitting next to a kid who's trying to learn the controls and you watch them not understand, okay, let's move and jump. Let's hold the sprint button down, move, and we can jump further. That just is second nature to a pro like me, to a 44-year-old pro like me. But to a kid, it's not. So I need to get the building blocks to get there. And I'll tell you, Super Mario is great, and I think it's a great place to get to. It is a little tricky. So I got to put together, maybe I'm the one. Maybe I'm the schmuck who will do this. Piece together the building blocks to get up to Mario so that my daughter and I can rot on the couch in the basement and beat Super Mario World together and have a big time doing it. So that's what we're going to do at the Widmer house today. I've got a couple crafts we're going to be working on. A lot of painting is going to be done today, Hot Wheels, and then my daughter and I are going to sink into Super Mario World, and I'm going to tell the boys, figure out your life. Your sister and I are bonding. Thanks for being part of the podcast. See ya.